could be two connections removed, but they're solid. The person goes, well, this is my aunt's daughter, and my aunt's amazing, and I know, whatever it is. Okay, it's my cousin, I don't know about it, but the point is, you gotta make a connection, you gotta turn over some rocks, and you gotta get somebody who is an influencer in that company where you want to work, the clinic you want to work at, and they walk your resume and say, hey, my best friend is old college friends with this lady. They've kept in touch. She's amazing. She's got a lot of qualifications. She's come from Midland. I think we're going to look at her. This is what's not happening for you right now. You're just another resume in a pile. You walked in off the street. I love that. That works sometimes. But they didn't know you. The relationship is what gets you the job. You got to know somebody that knows somebody. Next we go to the nation's capital. Caitlin is on the line in Washington, D.C. Caitlin, you're on the Kim Coleman Show.
Hi, Kim. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure, thanks for calling. How can I help today?
Yes, I'm kind of confused as to what I should be doing. I have, two ideas in mind, but I want to make sure I understand, what I really should be doing at the end of the day.
Okay, great. Well, hit me with both of those ideas.
So I feel that my passion is dance, and my purpose is teaching. The only thing that I'm having a hard time with is understanding whether I should go into that, and if I should, and my second idea is physical therapy, because I just love how the human anatomy works. I love understanding the function behind it and stuff like that. So I don't know if it can be combined or if it's just one or the other.
Yeah, this is interesting. I think what I want to focus on for you is the purpose statement that you said. You said, my purpose is teaching. And that's a great statement. And I think if you say that, you either believe that or you don't. Do you really believe in the idea of the function? Everything involved with teaching, that is what you were put on this planet to do. Does that statement ring a bell with you?
Yes, it does. It really does.
Well, then I think that the physical therapy thing sounds to me more like something you're intrigued by, and it certainly interests you. And if I'm looking for a clue or a tie from physical therapy into dance, which is, again, the first thing out of your mouth is my passion is dance. So I think the movement behind dance, the flow of the body, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I'm not a natural fan of dancing, okay? However, I've watched enough Dancing with the Stars, and then I think J-Lo had a show this summer about dance, World of Dance, or something like that. My kids love the J-Lo show. So my point is, my wife likes Dancing with the Stars. I've seen enough professional dancing that even though I'm not, drawn to it, when it's done well, it's beautiful. It's stunning how the body can move in sync. So, yeah, I think physical therapy is just something you're intrigued by. You just laid it out. I mean, I try to get most callers to get where you get right out the gate, and I think if you are teaching dance, you're in your sweet spot. You are, you love dance. You're gifted at teaching. I think you ought to be teaching dance to young people or to adults or whatever. And so my question for you is, do you see a path? Do you have any confusion, or do you need clarity on how you get there?
I guess that's the clarity. Even if it's more so self-confidence and say, okay, this is what it is, and it's go for it, but it's also direction. How do I get to the next point? Because I guess I have it in my mind that I'm supposed to have, I'm supposed to start dancing at 2, and should have been competing and traveling and stuff like that, but I haven't. So I guess that's my setback.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, let's be honest. Can you honestly assess yourself and say that you are pretty good at dancing? Do you have very good dancing skills? Do you have any kind of experience dancing other than just at a wedding or hanging out with friends at a club?
Yes.
Well, what's your experience?
So I've taught dance in my church. I am the leader of the dance ministry. I've also taught kids out with I've been in a program with youth help the younger kids actually learn either hip hop, modern, or ballet, and I did hip hop. So, and I've done modern
Ted Culver Show coming up right around the corner. Listen to Liberal BJ Baseball on Talk Radio 1270. Folks, the wait is over. Ken Coleman's brand new book, The Proximity Principle, will prove the strategy that will lead to the career you love, is here. Are you looking for a job this summer? We know looking for a job can be scary and intimidating. That's why he wrote The Proximity Principle. This is a great...
We need to put a clock up there that has no hands, so it can be whatever time we need it to be.
Mike's on.
Okay.
Perfect.
Talking about Jack then, huh?
Yeah.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. Can we have roll call, please?
Mayor Seacrest.
Present.
Vice Mayor Harden.
Present.
Commissioner Martinez.
Here.
Commissioner Warren.
Here.
Commissioner Carlisle is absent. We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could we have the invocation, Pastor Alexander?
Good evening, Kevin.
Good evening, Commissioners. Let's pray. Most High God, we're so thankful to have the freedom to attend these meetings and to make decisions based on counsel with you, God, that benefit our community. So God, tonight, let this body work in cooperation and in unity with you. If they do that, God, then they will work in it together because they will all be hearing from you. God, we trust that you know what's best for our community and what you would like to do here and see here, and it's greater than we can imagine. So God, continue blessing Liberal, bless this commission with wisdom tonight, and God, we just thank you for the many blessings that our community sees. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
The first item is awards, proclamations, and presentations. I have a proclamation. Jenny, would you like to come up, please? Okay. Where do you want me to? Just come up and tell everybody who you are. Thank you. And who you represent. Thank you.
My name's Virginia McNitt. I am the local registrar for the Daughters of the American Revolution, and every year we honor Constitution Week and ask our local government to honor Constitution Week because it's such a great thing to have this Constitution of the United States to govern our laws. It is unique and wonderful, and the Daughters of the American Revolution seek to keep it in front of people so that they know what their rights are under the Constitution. And so we thank the mayor and the council or the commission for doing this for us. Thank you very much, ma'am.
I have the proclamation which reads, whereas September 17th, 2019 marks the 232nd anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and whereas it is fitting and proper to officially recognize this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate the occasion. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America designating September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week. Now, therefore, I, Connie L. Segrist, Mayor of the City of Liberal, Kansas, do hereby honor and proclaim September 17th through 23rd, 2019 as Constitution Week for Liberal, Kansas, and ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals of the framers of the Constitution had in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties, remembering that lost rights may never be regained. And I have your formal proclamation for you, Jenny.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next item is approval of the agenda. And let's see, we need to remove, under item 8, we need to remove number B. And on number 9, we are correcting the dollar figure on the bid to $368,326. Those two items. Could we?
I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda as amended.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Martinez, second by Commissioner Harden to correct the agenda as amended. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries 4-0. The next item is approved minutes of the August 13, 2019 meeting.
Make a motion that we approve the August 13, 2019 regular meeting minutes.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Harden, second by Commissioner Warren to approve the minutes of the August 13, 2019 regular meeting. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries 4-0. The next is item 4, which is items from citizens. If you would like to discuss something with us, please come up to the podium, introduce yourself, and give us your address. And please limit your comments to 5 minutes if you can. Okay, no one's coming up. Any items from groups? Okay, come up, Chris. Owen.
Good evening, Mr. Musgrave.
Good evening, y'all. Commissioners, thank you. As most of you know, I'm Chris Musgrave. What most of you don't know is I'm a 32nd degree Master Mason, as well as Master of the Lodge here at the Masonic Lodge, Fargo 300 in Liberal. Our lodge, when I first came back, was very small. We're growing exponentially. We've acquired, I think, 8 new members in the last 2 years. It's one of the faster growing Masonic lodges in the state of Kansas right now. And we're working on doing more things for the community to benefit the community. We give awards out at the USD 480 for Teacher of the Semester, I think, or Teacher of the Year. Semester, yeah, Teacher of the Semester, as well as the students. So you may have seen us at some of the meetings there, giving presentations and stuff. We're working on kind of expanding what we do for the community, and one of the ideas we have is to do kind of a downtown rejuvenation project. And some of us have some German descent, so we thought, what better way to do that than to have an Oktoberfest? And if you'll pass those around, this is kind of just the preliminary flyer we're thinking about. And some of the ideas we had, and I contacted Alicia at the city, and she said, we'll talk to Cal. So I called Cal, and he said, man, that sounds awesome. That's what we need downtown, is some entertainment, get some people downtown to support local businesses downtown. But you need to come talk to the commission. So here I am. Kind of our idea for this, and what we were wanting to discuss with you, is our original idea was to have our lodges on 4th Street, just right up here. I think that's the direction it is.
Yep.
But our idea was from noon to like 4, have it with all the downtown the businesses that could come and set up booths and have, items from their stores that they could share, bouncy houses for kids, tricycle races, cornhole tournaments, face painting, all kinds of fun family stuff. And then around 4 or 5, start the actual Oktoberfest, where we'd have brats, beer rocks, beer.
Yep. I was waiting for that one.
But what our idea is to block off 4th Street from Main to Washington. And to have, if we need to, if we're going to have adult beverages like beer and stuff like that, to have a blocked off event for just that area so people aren't walking around with beer downtown. We've already come up with ideas on how to contain that, keep underage drinking prohibited, and have a strict eye on it. Also work with Linda's Taxi in case someone has 1 or 2 too many, so they would get home safely. And just the idea is to get people downtown and to have a good time downtown, to support local businesses downtown, and to get some events going to where we're kind of waking downtown back up. Our goal is eventually, if permitting, to have this thing grow to the effect where it's an actual downtown party, to where it's everybody downtown, the businesses are coming, having a good time, the citizens are coming, having a good time, and it's just a fun event for Liberal once a year in October to have a great event. But I think the thing that we were needing is probably some guidance because I did talk to Cal, and he said, blocking the street off, probably not hard to do. The time frame might be, it's up to y'all's, what he was telling me, because they don't really block off streets that long. If it were a problem, maybe we could have it at a park or somewhere other than on 4th Street. But we thought 4th Street would be good because it would be in the middle of downtown, and it would also be in front of our lodge, so we could represent our lodge as well. What this is designed to do is also be a fundraiser for us, so we can provide more things back to the community and help the community out in more ways than what we do now. So really, we just need some guidance of what y'all think as far as blocking off the street. We've already looked at the state of Kansas as far as getting the temporary license for the beer sales. And I think they said they needed something from the city.
City permit, I believe.
Yeah, permit from the city, something like that to make it happen. But, I mean, if y'all didn't like the idea of having it on 4th Street, would be open up for suggestion to have it elsewhere in town. But I really like the idea of downtown because we could include the businesses downtown.
Then you would use your facility then for things?
If the weather became inclement,
Okay.
the idea is to have it outside.
Yeah.
But if the weather were bad, we've got us, and we could probably work with the Knights of Columbus as well and have those 2 buildings where we could have the vendors in one building and then the activities in the other. But hopefully the weather would be nice and we could be outside. We're working on getting some sponsors and stuff, maybe have a big tent to have the big festivities in at night, so it could be under a tent and lit. We've got lighting for the streets, so it's not dark and everything else. We're working on all those small details, but I think the biggest thing to overcome is to make sure we're in compliance with the city and we're doing everything correctly.
Have you talked to the Coronado Museum people? Are they doing an Oktoberfest?
It's Ozfest, I think,
Ozfest?
is what they call it, and it's the weekend before.
Okay.
Perfect.
So kind of a different deal.
Yeah, okay. So you're not on their same day?
Yes. Yeah, we looked into that before we decided on the date.
I'm very happy to hear that the Masonic Lodge here is growing. That's excellent because those do give back a lot in the community. So that's terrific that you guys are experiencing that success. And love that you guys are thinking about ways to do stuff like this in the community because I've thought that for years with downtown. I mean, to me, it just seems like an ideal place for entertainment and bars and restaurants and stuff like that. And the idea of closing it down and having it to where everybody can walk around and mingle and have a good time, to me, seems like a very exciting and cool idea. Chief, what is your opinion on, that does seem like a very inclement amount of time to close Main Street.
Well, not closing Main Street, 4th Street from Main to Washington, in front of the lodge.
Do we close Main
Okay.
Street for Bazaar Days anymore like we used to? Or
It's been a while.
I don't shop, so I shop here, but I mean, I don't. I really wish that we had people downtown, though. We were playing baseball in Hayes this year and got through with the game and went downtown to eat, and there were people walking all over the place. We was trying to figure out what was going on, and I think it was an art deal or something, I think, but it was going on while they had their Wild West Fest, and I was thinking, man, wouldn't it be nice if we could get people. So I'm in favor, actually, and I'm only one person, though, of blocking the whole Main Street, and then you put your beer on 4th.
yeah, that's kind of, yeah.
Put the beer on 4th Street.
Well, that's why I was
block the whole
picturing it on
Street,
Main, yeah.
And put the kids on Main Street, and I'm in favor of that, but, and you keep the kids away from the beer, and we get some people walking down Main Street. I'm
what
for
I love-
anything that gets some people downtown again.
What I love
I like
about
your
our
idea.
Main Street here is that, because I've seen that in multiple communities, and I always think it's really neat when you see that, is that one of the most diverted tracks that you would have to send people down drives right by the PD. So I highly doubt where it's going to cause a lot of traffic issues or anything like that unless people aren't familiar with the area.
You'd have to do something with the public consumption ordinance as well for that one day or something.
Temporary suspension.
Temporary suspension. Whatever Lynn comes up with.
I'm sure we can figure it out.
Some verbiage.
We block it
off
guess.
with the Toys for Tots on the Knights of Columbus there, when they do
Yeah, I don't see a
the
problem
toys
shutting
run.
that unit block down.
You
They
could
don't-
probably
don't cause much
use that temporary fence stuff they were using for Pancake Day and fence that off and actually have an officer at the gates to make sure anybody that left the area was responsible enough to leave the area. I mean, there's ways of doing it, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, if you guys want to completely shut down Main Street for that event, that'd be awesome. We were trying to start small so we could, kind of gauge how it worked.
I'd just love to see people on Main Street again and have some kind of activity. Like I said, I don't know if we need to get people downtown.
Well, I remember when I was a kid, Main Street, every single spot was full down there, and especially Bazaar days. It was insane trying to even walk around that place, and so I would love to see the same thing. There's a lot of moving pieces to this, but nothing that I think is too high of a mountain to climb. What I would say is, let's make sure that, we're getting you in touch with the right personnel and staff down at City Hall to work through all the different kinks that we're going to have to solidify the location, apply properly for the CMB license with the city so that we can review that and try to get all the pieces in place. And what I would suggest is we have 2 or 3 more commission meetings before this date. So if you guys would not mind coming and giving us an update at the next commission meeting to let us know what all you've gotten accomplished, what you guys might need more assistance with or guidance on or anything like that, as long as we fluently communicate, I'm sure that we can try to figure this event out.
Really, the only thing holding us up was to make sure that blocking off the street was okay, and then the liquor license for the temporary liquor license. Other than that, we've already got bouncy houses in line, food in line, beer, the tricycle stuff. We've got all that already in the works. I mean, we're ready. We're just want to make sure that we're okay with you first.
Yeah.
Chris, would you bring us a map next time showing us how you plan to?
I could do that. I was going to do that today, and I got kind of busy at the shop, and I forgot to make you a map.
Yeah, I think especially where you're wanting to have the beer garden, so we can make sure and see if it's where it can actually be.
You bet. And we had a rough sketch that we drew at lunch on a napkin, but I didn't think that'd be professional enough to bring.
Maybe you can update that a little bit.
You bet. I'll get the engineering CAD design thing and make it look legit. So.
Fantastic.
All right. Well, thank you all. Appreciate you, and we'll be in contact with you, and we'll see if we can get this thing accomplished and get some stuff downtown again.
Terrific. Thank you guys very much.
Appreciate you.
That's great. Any other groups? Can anybody top that? Come on, somebody. Got another idea? Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Harden to approve the consent agenda as printed. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries 4-0. Number 7, ordinance 4528. I believe, Kevin, are you going to talk to us about that?
Yes, ma'am. Also on the bill with the Masonic Lodge, that's in a C3, and to serve alcohol, they have to have a special use permit, which for one day we could waive that
Oh, okay.
and allow it so it wouldn't hinder what they're wanting to do.
Fantastic.
Ordinance number 4528 is the vacation of the alley for Washington School. Darla took some pictures today to show kind of where the alley is.
Thank you very much.
This will be the vacated 20-foot alley between Kansas Avenue and Washington between 7th or 8th and 9th. This is where the old Washington Elementary School sat. There was a gas line through there, and then to the south, you had a power pole with, I believe it's AT&T and Windjammer on there as well. And the contractor's already been in touch with those contractors to either vacate it or move it once the building's, constructed. And Black Hills is already in the process of removing the gas line. So all the utilities have no problems with the alley being vacated. There's no other utilities in there, no water or sewer. There is a manhole, I believe, on the north side. Just a few feet onto the property line, correct? And the way the plans are drawn up, it won't be involved, won't cause any problems, so they're most likely put their sewer line up to it. We did send letters out to all the neighbors within 200 feet and received no negative response from them. And Planning and Zoning Board on August 15th met and went through it and did approve to pass it on to the City Commission for their approval. And they see no reason why it, could not be vacated as well. So recommendation is the City Commission to pass ordinance number 4528 as recommended by the Planning Commission to allow the 20-foot alley to be vacated without conditions.
I'll make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 4528, vacation of the 20-foot alley.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Harden, that we adopt the ordinance number 4528, vacating the 20-foot alley. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
I think you have another item. Are you doing
I'll be the next one.
number 8? This is equipment purchase.
This would be, Cal asked me to present this, requesting a consensus of the commission for a max bid on a John Deere 1600 mower for our Keelan. I did find some pictures of I put the picture of the John Deere that they are looking at with the side mowers. And then we did some comparison of pricing as well, to show that the John Deere mower 2018 mowers are going for $49,000. Some of them have more hours on it than the one that requesting to be purchased, and also a 2008 John Deere 1600, the same as 21,000 used. So they hold their value very well, and as long as they're maintained correctly. Cal is in the process of bidding on this, and right now, I believe his bid is $2,500, which it's already gone past that. They're at $5,000. Looking for a consensus from the commission to go up to 18 to 25 or 20,000 on the mower. Hopefully, it won't go that high. And
What year did you say it was?
I want to say it was a 2005 or 7. I want to is what Squeaky said. It's not on the paper. I couldn't find where it was.
Did it have hours on it, or?
It's got 988 hours.
988, okay. And you said new was 46,000?
The new, from what we've seen, 2018 was 49,000. That has 90 hours on it.
Okay.
And I meant to put another one on there. It was a 2018, and it had like almost 400 hours, and it was 52,000. So, I mean, prices do vary on it.
Yeah, 988, it's not that many hours, really.
One of the reason Arcana was interested in this is because the wings can be lifted up to 8 inches off the ground at an angle, and they can go down the path, and that'll, mow the front, but lower the sides as well. So when people are walking down through there, the grass is lower.
Absolutely.
And you said 18 or 20? What did you say?
18 to 20 is kind of
18 to 20, and is that money, will it come out of the equipment?
That'll come out of our Kaylin.
Kaylin, okay.
Yeah, equipment reserve fund, or Kaylin reserve equipment fund.
They have the money there. And you don't need action, you just need a consensus?
Just a consensus of that.
I'd say it's just easy to make a motion.
Motion
To allow
them
them not to exceed X number of dollars for the purchase to come out of the Arcane Reserve Equipment Fund.
Kevin and I talked about this, just to clarify, what we actually have is there's money in the Arcaland budget that's allocated to go to the Equipment Reserve Fund this year. So what I actually recommended is, in lieu of transferring those funds to Equipment Reserve, that it would actually come out of the Arcaland budget.
And then be recompensated once the 2019 budget kicks in?
Well, we would just transfer less money during 2019 to the Arcaland Reserve Fund.
Okay. If this comes out, if we win the bid for 20,000 and this comes out of Arcaland's general budget, is that going to affect the projects that we already approved by commission vote that have yet to be completed out there last year? Like, is all the money for those completely set aside to where those projects will still be seen to fruition, or is this going to affect those?
I don't think it would affect those because we actually funded those out of elsewhere.
Okay. Perfect.
This would actually be replacing a Jacobson mower they have that they scavenged all the parts they could off the old ones.
Ran it until the wheels fell off?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion. Trying to figure out how I want to word that. I'll make a motion to approve the city pursuing a bid in the amount not to exceed $20,000
For a mower.
for a mower.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion to approve the city purchasing up to and not exceeding $20,000 for a mower. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Oh, I'm sorry.
Tony?
I second
Tony
it.
was the second?
Thank you.
It was a sloppy motion, I'm sorry.
Okay, the next, is that it? Then we're taking away Part B. And number 9 then is WWTP VAC Truck Combination Sewer Cleaner and Chassis Bid Award. That stands for Wastewater Treatment Plant. Are you doing that one?
Yes.
Okay.
I did request in the city commission to accept the bid from Red Equipment for the combination sewer cleaner and chassis truck in the amount of $368,326, contingent upon KDH&E final approval of the bid. And actually, Coyce Brothers had the low bid, but they were bidding a PD pump and not the specified centrifugal vacuum. It would have been a 2-motor with a fan. Kenny might be able to help a little bit on this too. The one that they'll spec out would have 2 motors, one for the truck and then one for the pump itself, and it also has a fan cooled. That way they could shut the truck off and then use the vac without the truck running on a separate motor. They were the low bid, but since they didn't send their bid in per specs, that left Reds as the low bid. It is the city engineer's opinion that the low bid be awarded to Red Equipment, as they have not met the specifications required by the city of Liberal. It is the recommendation of the city engineer and city staff for the city commission to approve the bid from Red Equipment in the amount of $368,326 for the combination sewer cleaner and chassis truck, contingent upon KDH&E final approval of the bid.
This is similar to the one that we have now, kind of, how old is the old one?
It's almost 20 years old.
Oh. You guys take really good care of them, because I see it out there still. So this is a budgeted item then too, Chris?
I think it's coming out of the
Actually, it's
on the wastewater.
KDHE
it's been approved
loan.
by KDHE.
Oh, sort of loan
Water
deal
revolving
on that loan, okay. I guess I remember you saying that now, so.
Also, Pete had me put some information in here for you guys, the fan versus PD, if you had any questions. What's the difference in that?
Well, I'll make the motion that we approve the bid for $368,326 from Red, and pending KDHE's approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Martinez, second by Commissioner Warren, that we approve the bid for $368,326 from Red Equipment, contingent upon KDHE approval. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Okay. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
The next item is board appointments. The first one is Liberal Housing Authority. Hi, how are you, Todd?
Good evening, Ty.
Good evening. I'm Ty Lewick, the Executive Director of the Liberal Housing Authority, and I've had 2 of my board members move away, so I am requesting that you appoint Lawana Hershey and Elena Rice to the Board of Directors.
Can we do those in one motion?
Sure.
I'll make a motion to approve Lawana Hershey and Elena Rice to the Liberal Housing Authority Board.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Harden, second by Commissioner Martinez to appoint Lawana Hershey and Elena Rice to the Liberal Housing Authority Board. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ty.
The next is Liberal Memorial Library. Okay.
Mr. Kitts isn't in the audience,
They want us to approve Ann Lehman to be reappointed to serve a second term on the library board, and it would be my pleasure to make that motion to reappoint Ann Lehman to serve a second term on the Liberal Memorial Library Board.
Second.
Okay. Motion to approve Ann Lehman by me, Connie Segrist, and second by Commissioner Harden to approve Ann Lehman to serve a second term on the library board. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. The next item is manager's report, and do you have anything from the city?
I do not have anything.
Okay.
Just thank staff for everything they're doing.
Lynn, do you have something?
Do not, thank you.
Okay. I just want to remind commissioners that you had a small postcard in your packet reminding you of Seward County Council of Governments, a meeting this coming Thursday, August 29th, 7 a.m., Seward County Community College. And remember, the Seward County Community College is having 50th anniversary events going on all this coming weekend. And I want to thank everybody for coming. Appreciate people in the audience for coming. And thank the staff for everything they do. They're working hard on keeping everything mowed. It's a huge job, but it looks beautiful. It really does. That's all I have.
Yeah, I'll just echo, thank you very much to city staff. I've gotten to work with hand in hand with a lot of you guys recently. Got to meet a lot of the ones that I haven't met yet, so that's always a pleasure. Enjoy that, but you guys are working really hard and everything seems to be working quite well. To everybody in the community, thank you very much for coming and always staying involved and paying attention. To the Masonic, the people from the Masonic Lodge, love that. Anything like that local organizations want to do to help stimulate local events, where people are going to participate more in things in town, always bring that to the city. I think that we have a group up here that's very receptive to trying to create a lot of community-involved events. So definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to think that up and go through all the hoops on it. And to everybody else, keep coming to the meetings, keep paying attention, and staying involved.
My turn.
Tagging out.
Should I leave about 3 minutes blank space for Jack? So, yeah, I want to thank staff too for, it's been a interesting summer, I guess, of rain and then heat and whatever, so you get a little bit of everything you want, but keeping up with the swimming pool and everything else. But I also want to echo Taylor on anything that we can get people into town events, and I'm happy to see somebody wanting to do something. I'm really serious when I say I want to see people downtown, and I support anything that's good anyway for doing stuff like that. And I appreciate staff, everything you've done, and I guess Dennis probably got their hands full. All the schools started, so all the speed zones, and everybody's excited about slowing down to 20, and I know everybody's doing it, so yeah, all except for the ones that keep flying by me, but good luck with that, and that's all I got.
Thank you. Tony?
I too want to thank them guys for the Oktoberfest stuff. Always wondered why we didn't have one. There's a lot of communities in Kansas did it, so that's nice. And had some compliments that our mosquitoes have been real nice. They've taken good care of staff, taking care of them with all the rain that we had, and appreciate what everybody's doing. So, Jack, get better.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, moving on, Need to approve the vouchers. Can I have a motion to approve the vouchers?
I'll make a motion to approve the vouchers in the amount of $1,747,413.41.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Harden, second by Commissioner Warren to approve the vouchers in the amount of $1,747,413.41. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries 4-0. We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, everyone.